So we're here in Great Falls, Virginia. This is one of the best car shows anywhere in Virginia, and amazingly, it happens every Saturday here in Great Falls. It's Katie's Cars and Coffee, sponsored by Katie's Coffee House, and there are every week hundreds of cars. It's amazing they come out every week, but hundreds of cars, everything from Ferraris, Porsches, Lamborghinis, McLarens, old muscle cars, new muscle cars, classics. It's just amazing the cars that come out here. Anyway, there's a lot of news in the world of Dodge, so I wanted to get into that. So here we go. Hi, welcome back. Thanks for joining. As I mentioned, I want to talk about things that are going on in Dodge, the world of Dodge, and it's basically part of the sea change in the auto industry that's happening over the next few years, starting right now. They've already begun this, and it is the switch over from gas-powered cars to electric vehicles. And I've discussed that many times in previous videos, but I wanted to talk about specifically what's going on with Dodge. Now, Dodge has been a muscle car icon from way back. I mean, starting really in the 60s when we had that, beginning of the first muscle car era that ended in the mid-70s. And, even after that, they tried to have, fast cars, given the times through the 80s and into the 90s. They did the best that they could. But then, of course, there was the renaissance of the muscle car era, starting in the mid-2000s, really. And Dodge has just been at the pinnacle of great muscle cars since then, with the Chargers and Challengers, and even more recently the Durango Hellcat, and other parts of Mopar as well, the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, which is the Hellcat-powered Trackhawk. In any event, a couple weeks ago, Dodge had what they called Speed Week, where they actually, Tim Kuniskis, who's been the driving force behind the latest and greatest Dodge muscle cars, really was introducing the next phase of where Dodge is going. As I've also mentioned in the past, a lot of this starts with Stellantis, who is basically Stellantis is the company that owns Dodge now. If you call it a company, it's kind of a conglomerate of a bunch of automakers, including Dodge and Fiat and Alfa Romeo and a whole bunch of others. But Stellantis is, make no doubt about it, is a European company, and they basically have that sort of European mindset when it comes to cars. So it's really sad that a European company is really sort of determining what happens with one of the greatest American muscle car companies, and that's Dodge. In any event, let me kind of talk about what's happening, what Tim Kuniskis discussed in the last, a couple weeks ago during Speed Week. And there were a few things that they kind of had in phases. There was like phase one or day one of Speed Week where they made some announcements, and then day two, and then day three. I'm going to talk about sort of the day one. And then in the next couple videos, I'll talk about where Dodge is going and another big car they're introducing that they think is really going to help save them moving forward. So we'll talk about it first. Dodge announced that 2023 will be the last year when you can get a Challenger or a Charger with a V8, with a powerful V8 engine, including the supercharged Hellcat engine. And they call it last call. They're really making a big deal about this. This is really great if it didn't mean the end of this great era of muscle cars. But in 2023, they announced some things really to kind of excite the muscle car enthusiasts, as well as people that are even beyond that, sort of the drag racers. So they announced, number one, a drag pack rolling chassis from Direct Connections, which is basically you can get a chassis and a Challenger body without an engine, without a drivetrain. And again, this is meant for drag racers so they can put in whatever they want and go drag racing. It's not really meant for the street. Secondly, again, for drag racers, they announced a Challenger full body only. So it's just the body. It's not even a frame or chassis. It's a body, and it's less than $8,000, which is amazing. That again, a drag race builder can just take it and put it on top of a chassis where they've already got the powertrain and all else ready to go, and then they can just drop this brand new Challenger body on top of it. And again, less than $8,000 for this. So again, really great news for drag racers. The third thing they announced, and this is kind of amazing, again, it's for car builders, it's a 1970 Charger body made in carbon fiber. So you can buy a carbon fiber Charger body, for a 1970 Charger body, and then you can, again, build that the way you want it. Again, I doubt it's going to be something you'd be able to build for on the road, unless, of course, you had a street legal and EPA legal car and drivetrain with all the computers and computer devices that make sure that it's clean enough as far as the pollution regulations, and then you'd be able to drop this body on. So yeah, it would be able to be used for folks who wanted to build a car for the street, and this would, of course, just be the body. The next thing they announced was, and this is something that since the new Challenger came out, I think in 2008, we've been wanting, and that's a convertible Challenger. So they said for this last year, the last call of the Chargers and Challengers, you'll be able to get a Challenger convertible. It's actually not being built in the Dodge factory. What they're going to do is they're going to take the Challenger, and if you order it with a convertible, they'll send it to Florida, where there's a shop that does a fantastic job with Challengers to make them into convertibles. They've actually been doing it. They've been doing it for a number of years. So if you had a Challenger and you wanted to get it done yourself, you'd send this car to this shop in Florida. And there are some other shops that did it throughout the United States, but this was sort of the one that was the most renowned for doing a fantastic job. So if you order it that way from Dodge, it'll go directly from the factory right down to Florida to this shop, and they will turn it into a convertible, ship it back to the dealer, and you basically have yourself a brand new Challenger convertible. So that was the next announcement Tim Kuniskis made. And then lastly, they announced that the Dodge Durango SUV, which it's a really great SUV. In 2021, they had a Hellcat version of that. So they had the supercharged V8 with 710 horsepower, and it was only for 1 year, 2021. So they announced that 2023, you would once again be able to get a supercharged Dodge Durango Hellcat SUV. Again, last time you'll be able to get one of those. They were really great SUVs. I have a Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, which is the Grand Cherokee version of the Hellcat powered vehicle, and I love it. But again, you will, and that of course, they only made the Trackhawks from 2018 through 2021. So this is your last chance to get a Hellcat powered supercharged V8 SUV from Dodge. So those are the announcements that Tim Kuniskis made in the first day of Speed Week. I'm going to discuss in a later video the other 2 days where they announced a new car that would be available, and then lastly, what's going to happen with Dodge as far as muscle cars go moving forward after 2023 model year, when you'll no longer be able to get a V8 powered muscle car. So that'll come in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my videos, hit the notification bell, and like this video as well. It does help. So we'll see you next time. Take care.